Recubbed, a Lion Guard fanfic by Lionkingview. Chapter 11. After Kiara had explained her plan, Kion met up with the rest of the guard in the lair. Alright, everybody listen up. The king may have gotten his memory back, but he's still small and the delegation from the Tree of Life is due to arrive tomorrow, so we are needed. Fully? You act as a messenger between Simba and Sarabi, since Sarabi will be greeting the delegation. Kion explained. Whatever he tells you, you will give on to Ono, who will signal it in Zulu while hovering over the meeting. Kion went on. The delegation knows Swahili, but not Zulu. Sarabi knows Zulu, although her Zulu is a bit rusty. Kion added. But it's the best option we got at still doing the diplomatic talks and not giving away King Simba's current condition, Kion said. Beshte, you will act as a divider between the meeting and Simba. We'll have to keep out of earshot, that's why Fuli needs to act as a messenger, Kion explained. Last but not least, if anything goes wrong and we need a distraction, that's when Bunga comes in, Kion said. So to summarize, Ono, you will be positioned either in the air or the nearest tree while awaiting Fuli's messages, Kion ordered. Fuli, you'll be running between Ono's perimeter and Beshte, carrying the messages. Beshte will act as a visual divider, and Bunga is the backup plan. Kion finished. Any questions? Kion asked. Is it just me or does this plan sound destined to fail? Fuli asked with uncertainty clearly showing on her face. Don't worry, Fuli. We're the Lion Guard. We'll get it right. I hope, Kion said, sounding worried. I mean, as long as they don't bring up anything completely out of left field, Kion added. A few hours later, Sahazi and Ananda were approaching the Pride Lands. It still looks as majestic as I remembered, Sahazi said. Thank God Scar's reign didn't completely ruin the lands, remarked Ananda. Either that, or they've recovered more quickly than expected, Sahazi stated. A familiar blue bird approached the couple. Sahazi and Ananda, it's great to see you again, said Zazu. The pleasure is ours. It has been a while, hasn't it? Answered Sahazi. Is the king ready to see us? Ananda asked. Well, about that, Zazu started. I really hope they swallow that Savannah fever story, Simba said. Don't worry, Dad. They'll probably not give it a second thought, Kion tried to assure his father. What really matters is that you know what to say, so that Sarabi knows what to say, Kion went on. I don't know, doesn't it seem odd that the king and queen get Savannah fever at the exact same time? Simba questioned. Simba, we're a married couple, and we do married couple. Nala hesitated and lowered her voice as not to have her children hear it. Things. Kion and Kiara just rolled their eyes. We got into this situation because of those things in the first place, Nala said while giving Simba a warm smile with a pinch of slyness. Both of us getting sick because of those things isn't too far from the truth, if we're being honest, Nala finished. I guess you're right. In the future we should do things. Before Simba could finish this sentence, Kiara interrupted. Listen, you two don't need to be so nebulous about the fact that you have, well, sex, Kiara said in annoyance. I mean, you two know that we're not completely oblivious children anymore, Kion added. A noticeable blush went over Simba and Nala's face. I guess you're right, you two have grown up a bit in the last few weeks, remarked Simba. It's just that you two are still a lot smaller in my mind. It's not easy to watch your children. Hold up. Please tell me you two didn't already. You know, Simba asked, or rather demanded, an unmistakable look of terror in his eyes. Both Kion and Kiara were taken aback by this. What? Kion asked, feeling cornered by that question. Simba, I don't think this is the time or place to ask that, Nala said in annoyance. She knew her husband well. This was one of his typical freakouts. In the past, these freakouts had included, but weren't limited to, that Kion break any bones by tumbling down a small grassy hill, that Kiara get food poisoning from eating a one-day-old carcass, that Kion and Kiara really want to kill each other because of a childish argument. All of these hadn't been worth the fuss, but all of these incidents had shown Simba to be a bit of a helicopter parent. Nala, meanwhile, always knew how to properly judge the situation and to calm her overly excited husband down. Caution was good. panic wasn't. No, I think I would very much like to know what sexual adventures my teenage children have been up to, and more importantly, with whom, Simba demanded. Although his small stature left quite a bit of intimidation to be desired, Simba still radiated an aura of authority. Oh my god, Dad, that's none of your business, protested Kiara. Oh, I think it is. What if you're pregnant? You're not old enough to have cubs yet, especially not with some low-life rapscallion, whoever he might be, exclaimed Simba. He's not a low-life rapscallion. He's sweet, and Kiara started, sounding upset. And who is he then? Simba demanded. Simba, for the elder's sake, stop it, Nala hissed at Simba. No, I want to know what kind of irresponsible pervert my daughter. Before Simba got to finish this sentence, he was pinned down by Kiara, who roared at him. Holding up her right paw, she extended her claws. He's not a pervert, or a rapscallion, or anything of the sorts. He is sweet, unlike you unbelievable heartless monster, Kiara growled, fury in her eyes. Looking into his daughter's eyes, Simba was frightened. He had gone too far, and he couldn't say anything. Kiara, no! Nala's voice, filled with maternal authority, cut through the air, catching Kiara's attention instantly. I'm sorry, Kiara said, and instantly jumped off of Simba. And you, Simba? Kiara never said anything about whom she is together with, or what they are doing. I would also like to remind you that completely losing it, like you just did, is not going to make Kiara trust you with anything. Nala kept her stern voice. While Nala currently lacked in size, she made up with inner strength. The nurturing intuition of a mother towards Kiara and the deep understanding of a partner towards Simba. I want both of you to apologize to one another and say what is really bothering you, Nala demanded. Because the last thing we need is unresolved conflict between you two when we're taking care of the delegation. Kiara and Simba looked uncomfortably at each other. Come on, don't be shy. You two were so outspoken just a few seconds ago. What happened? Nala's voice had calmed again. She even sounded amused. Simba took a deep breath. Kiara, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to shout at you. I'm sure that you're mature enough to know what you're doing. I just don't want you to get hurt. Simba had to chuckle. I'm pretty sure you're sick of hearing this by now, but both you and Kion, it's kinda scary to see you two grow up this quickly. Simba finished. Kiara smiled. I know that you only mean well, but I want to tell you and Mum about whom I'm dating on my own terms. Also, I'm sorry, I didn't want to shout at you either, Kiara said. But it's also the fact that you probably wouldn't have talked to Kion like that, Kiara explained. Suddenly, all eyes were on Kion, who had been very happy not to be included in the conversation thus far. Well, I mean, Kion's got the roar, and also he's not quite there yet. Simba tried to keep what he meant vague. What? Kion said, unsure if he knew what his father was insinuating. Well, you're not really into anyone yet, Simba said. Kion replied, hoping that Kiara would not correct him. Alas, Kiara couldn't help but chuckle. Wait, you too? Simba said, eyes wide in surprise. Naive little Kion's got a girlfriend? What a surprise this must be, muttered Kiara sarcastically. Who? Asked Simba. I think Kion isn't going to tell us either, Nala remarked when she saw that Kion was deep red and breathing faster than usual. If it's... Kion said, slowly starting to hyperventilate. That's just fair. If I can tell you two on my own terms, Kion should too. Kiara quickly helped her brother out. Okay, maybe you're right, Simba sighed. We got bigger things to worry about, he concluded. Indeed, said Zazu, who had just flown in. The delegation is here. I believe the youthful term would be, it's showtime, declared the Hornbill with his usual dry delivery. End of chapter 11.